Hey everybody, this is your best friend Steven. Surprise, it's Sunday night or Monday morning, depending on when you downloaded this. It could be Thursday. It could be years in the future. Think about that. What's up, future people? What's it like? Have the robots taken over yet? I'm sure that's coming. But for me, it is July 30th, 2017. And I'm just recording a brief little intro to a surprise bonus episode that everybody is getting. So if you support us at the $5 level on Patreon or more, you get access to exclusive episodes. And what those exclusive episodes are ranges. Sometimes we have guests on, like Justin Evans from Generation Y, who was on the show, or Marissa from the Vanish podcast. And we sit down and we break down in an interview what their podcast is about and their favorite episodes, how they got started, our favorite episodes, and we talk about that in the bonus episodes. But something we're also going to be doing more of is sitting down with our podcast friends and just talking to them as friends and just having conversations. And so that's what this is. This is an example of one of those. I sat down with Hannah, who's the co-host of the Film Roast podcast, who has co-hosted on our show before, and we just decided to have a conversation as friends, and we didn't know what we were going to talk about going into it. Literally, I pulled up a random article on my phone, and that started the conversation. And we talked about everything from Boy Meets World to ghosts and creepy Ouija board and demonic experiences and some scary stuff, and also like Halloween episodes of shows, and very briefly football, but not really football. So don't worry if you're like, I don't want to hear about sports. It doesn't get super sportsy. Like, we intended for us to talk about sports, but we really didn't. We talk about meeting your heroes. We talk about Saturday Night Live. We talk about podcasts and how much we love them. And it's just a fun little conversation that was supposed to last 20 minutes and ended up being an hour. So not all the exclusive episodes that you get over on Patreon are like this. Some are interviews, some are going to be like this, and then some are going to be completely different abstract ideas. Different things, investigative reporting, special themed episodes that we're considering, just a whole lot of different stuff. And so we've got a lot planned for you. We're really excited about it. If you support us on Patreon already, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. We've hit our first milestone, and we are well on our way to our next one. If you don't support us on Patreon, that's fine. We give you the funny for free, and we give you the genuine for free. We just wanted to give you a sneak peek of kind of the sort of content you can expect over on patreon.com/isthisadulting if you give it the $5 level or more. So with that said, enjoy the episode and have a good night, day, afternoon, future. Okay, thanks. Hey everybody, and welcome to another Is This Adulting bonus cast. You love it. This is exactly how they open every time. It's like the most like, hey guys. Hey, we're doing a bonus cast.
Sorry.
Well, first off, before I was so rudely interrupted with the laughter,
Please.
I'm going to say thank you to everybody for supporting us at the $5 level or higher, and you get this awesome quality content of me apparently coming on and sounding a little too much like Eeyore. So remember that time that we did an episode with Tawny, and I was like, hey, if you like Tawny, she's gonna record with me while my wife's out of town and help keep me sane, and it's going to be great, and you can check it out on Patreon. Well, that didn't so much happen. It didn't happen. I got really super slammed busy last night, and she's super slammed today, so she's not here. So who was the mystery voice? Who was it? Quiz everybody. Who was that? You don't know.
No,
okay, cool.
Nobody knows.
You've been on before. People should know. If you don't know, shame on you. If you're still listening, also probably shame on you, because this has been super disjointed so far. It's Hannah. It's Hannah from Film Roast.
Yay! I could be Tawny.
Pretend to be Tawny. Oh my God, you should practice your voice acting and try to be Tawny.
Yay! Welcome to the Dirty Bits podcast. I'm Tawny Plattis. What do you think?
That's actually not bad.
Thank you.
She's going to listen to this. She's going to be like, I hate them.
She's going to be like, what a dummy. That's not even close.
I hate them so much. And then she's going to leave our little group, and
no!
the three podcateers will be you and me.
Tawny, come back.
We'll have to put Chris in there, and nobody wants that.
Chris.
I'm just kidding, Chris, if you listen to this, which I know you don't. Because Chris doesn't support us on Patreon.
Oh, Chris.
Neither do I, though. I just happen to have the password.
Oh.
So, as I was telling Hannah, and as you all know, bonus casts are always either, like, really organized, and I'm asking questions to people about podcasts, or they're really disorganized, and we're just kind of shooting the shit. This is one of those shooting the shit episodes, if you can't tell. And so Hannah has no clue what I'm about to throw at her, because I didn't know until about 5 minutes what we were going to discuss, but it's very, very, very important. At least this is the first half of what we're going to discuss. I have two main questions for you.
Ooh.
Okay, so I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you have seen the news. This is hot news coming off the press from last night, 8 p.m. last night. IGN reporting Hulu has entered into an agreement with Warner Brothers Domestic Television Distribution to gain the exclusive streaming video on demand rights to a variety of American sitcoms from the 90s, including Family Matters, Full House, Step by Step, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Perfect Strangers. The company also announced that the drama series Harlot has been picked up for a second season, but that's not what we're talking about.
Who cares about that?
Sorry
if you work
really
on
good.
Harlot.
Apparently it's a good show. No, okay, so Full House, Family Matters, Step by Step, Perfect Strangers, Hang with Mr. Cooper. They're getting all these good TGIF episodes.
I like it.
Coming to Hulu. Here's my question for you.
Okay.
Where the literal hell is Boy Meets World?
Right. I was going to ask you, is Boy Meets World on there? And it's not.
No, it's not. And it makes me so sad inside. So, do you have an intimate relationship with Boy Meets World? I say an intimate relationship in a very odd and sensual way.
It was.
Which is how my relationship with Sean and Corey always was. And the fact that my first crush was Topanga. So...
Topanga! Yeah.
Oh, I still use that gif all the time of him ripping his shirt off.
I feel like we never get enough chances to say Topanga in any given day.
No.
And if it were ever to come up in a conversation, that would be how I would say it.
Literally, there was a good portion of my high school and college where half of the conversations I had with my best friend Adam consisted of us quoting Boy Meets World, specifically me just going, underpants.
Yeah. Great.
Or talking about plays with squirrels. Eric's like weird thing. Also, by the way, if you have not seen it, it's on Netflix. Girl Meets World, not good.
Oh, I think it's cute.
Yeah, it's cute, not good. But then if you go back and watch Boy Meets World, it's not really good either. But I love it.
Yeah.
I used to own all 7 seasons, and then I got poor and needed money to eat, and so I got rid of all 7 seasons, and now I don't have them anymore, and it makes me very sad.
That is sad.
Because there's some good sweet episodes in there.
Yeah.
First off, I think we're apparently this is the Boy Meets World cast now. We got to talk about that great honeymoon episode, which as a child was about as much as I knew about sex. I got from Boy Meets World, just from the moment where they both look at each other under the covers and he gets that weird grin on his face.
Yeah.
That's basically what I thought sex was as a child.
That's what Boy Meets World sex is.
Is it not? Wait, is that not just what?
It's just they look at each other and then that's it.
And that's not how it really works in the real world?
I don't know.
I don't need you to explain in graphic detail to me what happens, but I've always just imagined that that's what it is. So we're going to stick with that.
Yeah, there's that kind of sex, and then there's Game of Thrones sex, and they're very, very different.
No, that involves siblings.
Boobies, death and boobies, death and boobies.
Oh my God, that's such a better version. The version I always sing is the South Park version, which is just wiener, 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 wiener.
That was actually Maisie Williams that came up with that. That was not me.
Maisie Williams is amazing.
She's amazing.
Dang it, you beat me to it. But you know what? She wasn't on Boy Meets World.
Right.
She might have been. Who knows? But no, I need to address also in the honeymoon episode, as a child, I, for some reason, thought it was the funniest thing ever that Mr. Feeney, I believe, had retired to the island, or was it Eric?
Feeney
was making coconut faces of everyone. I don't
feel like
remember.
That's an Eric thing.
That sounds like an Eric thing. And I remember he paged Dr. Chocolate Pudding.
He's a good-looking guy.
Lot.
Yeah.
But I think the episode of Boy Meets World that shaped my life, that's so sad. It's like literally one of my favorite episodes of television ever is the Halloween episode where they're all locked in the school.
That's such a good one.
It's so good. And it gets real deep because the killer is actually Sean the whole time.
Yeah.
He stabs himself at the end.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry, spoilers for the 1995 episode of Boy Meets World. It's 22 years old. It's almost as old as we are.
You guys, get over that, okay?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spoil it, but it has one of my favorite jokes in sitcom history, which is Kenny, I think is the character. Yes, it is, because they say, oh my God, they killed Kenny, which is a sick South Park reference. But so Kenny is the character who always borrows a pencil from Topanga. And so the lights go out in the room and the killer is in there. And when the lights come back on, Kenny has a massive 90s style pencil through his head. Yep. And he slides down the wall and it leaves a pencil mark. And Corey walks over and puts his finger at the top of the mark and goes, "We'll always remember he was this tall." And it's so stupid.
It is
but
stupid,
it's my
but
favorite
so
thing
good.
in the world.
Also, Jennifer Love Hewitt was in that.
Oh, she was, because she was in what's the horror movies? I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yep.
And all that at the time. And so that would make sense. Jennifer Love Hewitt, where you been, girl?
Where you been, girl? Come on.
She did Ghost Whisperer, and then she just disappeared.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's a career killer, but I don't know. How do you feel about ghosts?
How do I feel about ghosts?
Yeah, what are your feelings on... I told you, these episodes can be... Sometimes they know they're getting good quality interviews with people, and then other times it's just hey, Steven's talking, so it's probably going to be nonsense.
Right.
So what are your feelings? Do you believe in ghosts?
I think I do. I think I'm afraid enough of ghosts being real that I must believe in some form of them.
Have you ever had any weird experiences?
Yes.
Ooh, tell me. Tell me more.
Yes.
Tell me more. Did he have a car?
Yeah, boyfriend and I went up to Virginia City, which is this kind of ghost town up near Reno, Nevada. And we had been a couple times, and they have this old washroom. What is it called? The old Washo Club or something to that effect.
Yep, that makes sense. That's exactly what I would call it.
Right. And so they let you take a tour, and we were on the ghost tour, and there was, they were talking about, there's many spirits here that haunt these halls, and I'm like, yeah.
Are they Kristen Wiig from the 1920s party on SNL? What?
No, they're Kristen Wiig from Target.
Also that.
It's a match. No, it was just a normal person, and we were in the middle of this room where the doors closed out, so you could see if somebody was pushing the door closed, and all of a sudden everybody, including the tour guide, were in the middle of the room, and all the doors just shut. And I can't explain that one, because it would be one thing if somebody ran by the door from the outside and pushed it closed, but the doors were facing in, and I don't know how that happened. So that was pretty...
Seems weird.
Yeah, it was a little creepy. Have you ever had any ghostly experiences?
Oh, please. Yeah.
Oh, please.
Well, no, people seem to think that I'm fairly sensitive to that sort of stuff. So, the whole reason I got started podcasting, and we're going to have them on, actually, for our 6-month podiversary. That's a cute word. Is because of a podcast called History Goes Bump, which tells the history of haunted locations. And Diane and Denise are amazing. They are actually Patreon supporters, so they may be listening to this.
Ooh.
But
Thanks
I went
for your
on,
support.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Hannah, for thanking them for me. But I went on their show a few times. Well, a few times. I ended up going on 7 or 8 times and telling the history and my personal experiences with different places around North Carolina. But I mean, I already told on Is This Adulting? I already told the story of Chloe from Chipotle, which was terrifying. And if any of you haven't listened to that, the episode is called Chloe from Chipotle. It shouldn't be hard to find. It was a weird thing that happened in my wife's school, and it was super weird, and I scared Chris. But yeah, Lainey Hobbs from True Crime Fan Club seems to think that I am an empath, and a lot of people seem to think that I'm an empath. So like I feel energies and I feel feelings a lot. Mm-hmm. And so like I know that sounds really weird, and that's not like not in like a religious way or anything. You know, growing up in the Bible Belt, everybody assumes that I'm immediately like I feel weird energies like the spirit of Jesus Christ. Like that's not what I mean.
I feel God in here tonight in this Chili's.
Yeah, I'm not talking about feeling God in the Chili's. No, I'm talking about just like energies, and it's real weird. Like I walk into a room like full of people, and I can feel like if I'm happy, all of a sudden I have this overwhelming sadness or this overwhelming stress and anxiety, and I know it's not my own emotion, and I'm feeling somebody else's emotion.
Oh wow.
And I know that sounds really odd, but like that's how I had my first conversation with my wife. I felt this weird emotion of somebody, and I felt like I needed to go find somebody to talk to, and I literally like divining rod like found her in the room and was like, hey, are you feeling like this feeling right now? Like just like really weird. And she was just like, yes. I was like, I'm gonna talk to you. And she was like, okay. And then 5 years later we got married. So I have always felt like weird energies, but like there's been some weird stuff. Like there was Chloe.
Single people, if you're listening,
yeah,
just go up to somebody and be like, are you feeling confused as to why I'm talking to you in this weird way? Why, yes, I am. Married.
In hindsight, seems weird. Shouldn't have done it, but oh well. But like
worth it.
Okay, when I was 4 years old, we lived in this apartment, and one night when my parents were asleep, I saw a man and a woman in the like outer area between all the bedrooms, and they were dancing. He was in a tuxedo and she was in a red dress, and I don't know who they were. I couldn't tell you their faces, but I can still like picture them. Like they didn't like, it felt like they didn't have a face, but they were just like these figures just like dancing in the hallway, like in front of the bedrooms, which was really weird. No clue why that happened, but one of the weirder things, aside from Chloe, because that was the most like alarming, terrifying moment of my life. When I was probably, I want to say 8 years old, roughly. My great grandmother was dying. She had dementia, and she was living at my grandparents' house, which is where my grandmother still lives, and my mother actually lives now that my father's passed. And she had dementia, so like it was always like one of those like, well, she sees things, she hears things, but they kind of brought me in a very much like, hey, just want you to see grandma again, like type of way. And she pointed at me and she said, who's that little boy? And my mom was like, well, grandma, that's Steven. It's Steven, and he's your great grandson. He's my son. You remember Curtis, your son. Well, is this his grandson? And like walking back through it, and she goes, no, I know who Steven is, the little boy behind him. And I was terrified. And I slowly just like did like the very just like uncomfortable turn and turned around. There's nobody behind me. And so that was kind of odd. And my mom went like white and walked out of the room. And when I got older, I asked her about that. I was like, why did that freak you? Like I was scared, but like dementia, like why did that freak you out so much? She said, well, when I was 9 or 10 years old, her husband died, my great grandmother's husband. So my great grandfather died, and there was an accident, and he was dying in bed, and he pointed at my mom and said, who's that little girl? And they said, it's Cordy. And he said, no, the little girl standing behind her. And she was just like, so that freaked me the hell out, like super hard. And like, wow. There's some like up level sadness stuff in there, because there's a part of us that like, are they, because they met as children. I'm like, are they like seeing each other as children? Like some sort of like weird, like time jumping, like romantic thing, or is there something like attached to my mother and I that I need to get rid of?
Right.
to this
Hopefully
day,
the first one.
Yeah, to this day, we bought our house in November of 2015, and I was so scared of moving into a house, especially one that was 30 years old, because I was like, it might be haunted. And somebody had died in the house, I found out, and that scared me. And so, like, to this day, including last night, I have slept in the bedroom 4 nights.
Mm-hmm.
Every other night, I have slept on the couch. Every night for 2 years almost. Since we moved into this house, I've slept on the couch where I can, like, see the door and, like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's really weird. And that makes me sound really odd. But, like, all my anxiety people out there kind of get it because, like, I need the TV and I need my own space and I need to basically turn the living room into a chill box.
Right.
And my wife is always hot or is always cold and I'm always hot. So, like, everybody's like, oh, is your marriage okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I just like to sleep by myself. I'm kind of weird. Man.
Yeah, there's definitely super, I don't know, like, we used to be really into Ouija boards, me and my group of friends. When we were probably in, like, 7th or 8th grade, and my mom had this old school, like, legitimate Ouija board, and she never really thought, like, anything of it, and so we were kind of playing with that, and maybe we bought, like, a brand one, but it was mostly like, oh, who has a crush on who's gonna be asked to homecoming, and, like, all that crap. But then we were like, let's dive deeper, and we started playing. I'll never forget this, it was terrifying. We were sitting by a fireplace and we were playing, and we were, like, sitting, you know, crisscross applesauce, and it was me and a couple others, and we were like, who is this? Who are we talking to? And he, like, gave us this name, and it was, like, spelled out Sam, and we're like, okay, Sam, sure. Sam, like, how did you die? And he just went up to the numbers, and it was like 911, and we're like, well, okay, like 9/11, like, did you die in a fire? God. And he went to yes, and then we're like, were you a firefighter? And he said yes. And then we're like, oh my gosh, like, what a patriot, you know, like, this is history. And
you're praising the demon, like, what?
Right. And then he it kept, like, moving around, and none of us thought we were moving it, you know, and we're like, it started acting weird. Like, we'd ask it something and then it would pause, and we're like, why doesn't it know its own life, you know? And we started getting this hunch that this thing, whatever we were talking to, was not actually Sam. It was just pretending to be.
I'm so scared.
And it started going up to, like, we were like, are you Sam? And it just kept going up to no, 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 no. And we're like, ah! And so we were like, this is over. And we said goodbye.
Okay, thank God you said goodbye.
You have to say, yeah, thank God we did that. We're really adamant about it. And I haven't had, you know, creepy things happen since then with Ouija boards, but that was pretty terrifying.
Ouija boards, like, anything, like, spiritual or, like, demonic or, like, that sort of stuff, shadow people. Okay, you want to go on a deep dive? You want to get real? You brought up Ouija boards. I'll tell you a story that I've only told, like, 6 people, and I'm only gonna say it because it's daylight out while I'm recording this. Because I would not sleep.
Okay.
If I said this at night when I was recording it. Okay, so I grew up super religious, and I went to, like, this retreat type of thing, and I was a part of it. And so there was this behind the scenes part of it where, like, the people on the retreat didn't know you were there, but you were behind the scenes, like, cooking food and, like, doing stuff for them all weekend. And then at the end of the weekend, it was like, hey, I've been doing this for you. Like, it's just a way to, like, help out. Sure. And so I was there, and I was having some sort of, like, rough night, and I was just, like, walking up and down. It was held at this camp, and I was walking up and down the road by the horse pasture, and I was, like, just walking back and forth, and, like, I stopped, and I was just kind of, like, taking in the night. I know that sounds really weird, but it was just, like, I was trying to, like, calm down because I was having, like, anxiety issues, and I was trying to, like, have a moment of, like, peace and just like enjoy the evening. And I heard what sounded like a branch snap, like a very stereotypical movie. Like you think it would be like a sound that would alert you. And so like, as that happened, I saw something like fly past my face, and it was just like a shadow, like shoot past my face. And I turned around to kind of like the direction it went to. It had shot through the field, like next to me, because I was standing right next to this pasture. It shot through the field, and where it kind of, the direction it was in, there were 3 trees, like kind of in a triangle formation. And up against each one of the trees were like shadowy, like shapes of men, but with like no features, no faces, no clothes, no anything, just like the figures of men. And they were each leaning against the tree with their knees up into their chest and their hands like sitting like this on their knees, just like you do against a wall or something. And just like, there was no features, but I could feel like eyes on me. And so like I was like, okay, that's real weird. And so like I turn away and I'm like, this is, you know, I'm freaking out over something. I turn back, still there. So I was like, okay, a little odd. And so I like kept my eyes on it and like tried to like move and like shift the light and just like move around. And as I did, I could see the shapes of the heads turning with me. And that's when I was like, oh shit. And so growing up religious, I did the one thing that I knew to do in that moment, which is I'm just going to pray. And eventually, like, it was literally like I closed my eyes. I did some of that, and I just tried to like think positive thoughts and like stuff. And when I opened them after a while, because I had opened them a few times and they were still there, and I just opened them and I hadn't moved. I hadn't done anything to shift where I was, but all of a sudden they were gone. And it was just like this tree, and it scared the hell out of me. Like, I don't tell people that story because it scares me so bad.
Ugh, that's like, terrifying.
Yeah, so like I am very much a person who's like, yeah, I believe there's something out there.
Yeah.
I think there's something good out there. I also think there's something bad. Like, I'm not necessarily talking religion, because I'm not sure religion-wise where I stand and what I think anymore. But like, I think there's some sort of forces and energies out there that we are not aware of, and that you know, some people can kind of either tap into or sensitive to, and like, I don't know, it's real weird. Right. I don't even know how we got on this.
Me either.
I don't even know how ghosts came up. So now, how are you going to sleep tonight? You were like,
do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, but it came off of, it had something to do with Boy Meets World, I think.
Oh, yes, the Halloween episode.
Yeah, I think we bounced off that. Yeah, exactly, because it was so good. Do you have any like favorite Halloween episodes of shows? Now I'm just bouncing back. My ADD's like super like hard right now, because there are certain series that did Halloween episodes like really well.
Do you have one in your head? Because I'm gonna need to think about it.
Oh, I have so many in my head. So Brooklyn Nine-Nine does a Halloween episode every year. It's like their one holiday episode that they really focus on, kind of like Friends, like always did Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And they have a competition where they have a trophy or they have some sort of item, and it's a heist. And so it was originally between the captain and Andy Samberg's character. And then like slowly through the years, different people have gotten in on it, and whoever steals it and the clock strikes midnight without them knowing, like they have to declare that person is a excellent detective / genius. And so those are always really fun. But the one that sticks out is like Community, which I don't know if you watched Community, Dan Harmon show. Really, really, really good, except for season 4 when they fired Dan Harmon. But season 2, they did an episode that was all like set to ABBA music.
Oh, wow. And
it was a Halloween party where they were eating weird military rations and people were turning into zombies. And they were all zombified by the end of the episode, because they would just do like weird out of genre episodes on that show. And then like the next episode, it would be like, oh, that never happened.
Right.
Like there was no continuity. So like, and of course, Boy Meets World. Like those are the ones that like pop in my mind instantly. Like I'm sure there's others.
Yeah, I would say like for me, the episode of The Office when it's like, I think it's the first one, and it's in season 2 when Michael, I think the plot line is Michael has to fire somebody, that episode, and he's trying to figure out like who, and he's calling everybody in his office, and Pam is like nervous she's gonna get fired, and she's like, oh my gosh, that's such a good costume, and to like completely change the subject, and Michael's so stupid that he's like, yeah, it's so great, but
is that the one where he has the paper mache head?
Yeah.
And that's 3-Hole Punch Jim?
Yep, I think so.
Which is my favorite costume
and
that they
Dwight
ever did on The
Dwight is a
Office.
Sith Lord.
Yes.
And Phyllis is like, what are you, a monk?
I'm a Sith Lord.
I also love the episode of Parks and Rec with Greg Pakaitis, where he's just like this little detrimental kid who's like tormenting Leslie, and she can never catch him, and it's so funny. So good.
Love Parks and Rec.
Me too. I wish they would come back.
It's so good. I feel like there's like obvious, like, what episode? Okay, there's an episode of television from my childhood that scared the ever living hell out of me. And it was Clarissa Explains It All.
Ooh.
On Nickelodeon, and her brother, whose name I can't remember. He was the worst. But
Ferguson.
I can't remember his name. I don't know what happened.
Me either.
She
I'm
disappeared.
back.
It was so scary. She's back now.
Ghosts.
They knocked you out. I'm a little scared legitimately now. Or you just X'd out of the window. This is all going in the episode too. I don't edit bonus episodes.
I love it.
So
perfect.
All this just happened as long as your audio is still recording.
Ooh. Yeah, it is.
So no, Clarissa Explains It All. Can't remember her brother's name.
Ferguson.
That's it. He like steals a baseball glove or something, and he hides it, and her dad tells him the story of the telltale heart, and so he starts like hearing like a heartbeat, and for some reason as a kid it scared me to death. Like just like the opening of Are You Afraid of the Dark always scared me with the boat on the water and the doll.
Me too.
I couldn't watch that show. And like Disney had a show that nobody remembers but me called So Weird.
Yeah.
And it was like a girl and like her rock star mom, and like she would investigate like weird paranormal stuff around the country. And like that scared me. And there was so much television like meant to scare children when we were little, and I feel like that's not the case now. Now it's just terrifying because it's so out there and weird.
Right.
Like I've seen some of the stuff my cousins watch, and I'm just like, what is this?
Yeah.
And then there are kids shows that apparently are great that I should watch, like Steven Universe apparently is great, or Adventure Time.
Yeah, I keep hearing about that.
What, Steven Universe?
Yeah.
I've heard it's really good. I have not watched any of it.
Me either.
I've also been told I need to watch Rick and Morty, which I have not watched.
I've never watched that either, actually.
But it's Dan Harmon, so I should love it because I love Community, and he's doing a show with the Game Grumps, who are YouTube stars that I watch all the time. He's doing a show with them, and he does Harmon Quest, which is a D&D like game. Basically, they play D&D, and then they have people go back and animate what's happening, and it's like animated episodes of them doing it live in front of an audience. That's on CISO. That's really fun. But now I'm just talking about television shows. I told you this is what happens. It's just conversations.
Oh my gosh. I pulled up a tab and it played this terrifying music, and it just scared the crap out of me.
It's something is in your computer. Get out
it was
now.
Like
Was it the Are You Afraid of the Dark music?
I don't know what that was, but I hated it.
It had like that really terrifying like string section of like.
I did not like that at all. Oh my gosh. Now I'm going to be terrified. I told Mike Brown the other day that I was listening to Pleasing Terrors outside on our on our cabin deck, and it's pitch black out there because we look at the stars, because there's like you can see all the stars and it's beautiful. But we were listening to his episode about letting things in to your home, and he was like, it's not so much letting them in, it's us letting them out. And I was like, no! And then I didn't sleep all night.
Oh, yep. I remember. I think I might have actually had to cut that episode off because I was just like, oh, Mike, you're too good at telling a story. Like,
yeah, he really is.
Like, he's going to, spoilers for people listening to this, he's going to be on the episode that's releasing August 10th.
Oh, cool.
And I'm really interested to talk to him, but I'm also kind of scared because I'm like, I want to ask him, even though he did a 2-part episode on it, I want to be like, tell me more about the Charleston jail.
Yeah, seriously. He's so great, but I have a really, I mean, I feel like all podcasts or podcasts that are talked about commonly for a lot of the part, like the majority of them are true crime. And I try so hard to listen to them, but I can't do it. Like, I have to stop after a couple episodes because my brain gets all wonky.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of true crime, but like with Katie being gone this weekend, like I was literally sitting there like listening to true crime before she was going, and I was like, okay, be very aware of your surroundings on the beach. If anybody offers to help you put groceries in the car, you give them the finger and you kick them in the nuts. Like, you don't talk to anybody.
You
like,
say no.
Yeah, I was like, you know who was handsome? Ted Bundy. So if some hot guy comes down the beach and's like, oh, I have a cast on my arm, can you help me get this in my car? Don't, because he's going to hit you over the head with a tire iron, and then you're going to die.
Dude, here's a story. So,
okay. Did that happen to you?
No, happened to my dad. So my dad, we grew up in Washington and in the Seattle area, and my dad was a park ranger. Like, he wanted to be a park ranger, and so he was a volunteer or something like that in that era. And while he was kind of looking, he was patrolling one of the parks, and I don't remember which, but he got a call over the radio that was like, please be aware that a man is wearing a cast and going around asking women to get in his car, and he is then assaulting them. Please be on the lookout for this guy. And it was Ted Bundy.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, plot twist. And here's another little tidbit for you. So my parents used to go drink at this place called, oh my goodness, now I'm not going to remember what it's called. It's a tavern. And they used to just like go have a couple drinks with their buddies there, and there was always this guy who sat at the end of the bar by himself, and he would drink, and he was like never really a problem or anything, but he was just always kind of kept to himself. His name was Gary Ridgway, and if you know anything about Seattle, Gary Ridgway was the Green River Killer. So he was a serial killer who was initially convicted for like 50 murders, and then they found out he had committed over 90 of them. So my dad has this weird connection with serial killers.
No, thank you.
I know. I'm like, better you than me.
Can we talk about something happy? Can we talk about the one thing that we both love that we never get to talk about that everybody is going to tune out of this podcast to real fast?
Ooh, sure. What is it?
Can we talk about football?
Football! I'll always talk about football.
Not, you know, if you're listening in the UK or anywhere else in the world, sorry, not that football.
Oh, not that kind
American
of football.
The one that gives 95% of players brain injuries.
That's just, you know.
Yeah, it is hard for me sometimes when I'm watching it. I'm like, yeah, football. And like, if one of the other team's players get hit, I'm like, yeah. And then I'm just like, oh no, don't be hurt.
Right.
Like, don't have a career-ending injury. Like,
I know.
Okay, so elephant in the room. You are a Seattle Seahawks fan.
Mm-hmm. Massive.
I am a Carolina Panthers fan.
And none of that like, oh, you were probably only a fan after they won the Super Bowl. No. I've been a fan since the womb, and we were terrible for years, okay? We were really bad. And then in 2008, we got Marshawn, or whatever. That was way before 2008. My brain is not working because I'm all fired up. But my point is...
Okay, calm down. It's okay.
Okay, it's fine. You guys, I love football. It's fine.
I'm the same way, though, because I understand. Because everybody thinks that, like, I'm a bandwagon Panthers fan because of the 15-1 season a few years ago. And I'm just
right.
Or I literally started watching football in 1995 when the Panthers formed. Like... Right. I remember when they started. Like, I can tell you the history of this team from day one, and like,
yes,
I was there for the 2-14 season that got us the number 1 pick. Like, I I was there for that, and I rooted for him. I went to 4 games the year that Jake Delhomme, our quarterback, he hurt his elbow. And so the backup quarterback, Derek Carr, came in, and I did get to see him like ninja flip over somebody during a game with the Colts.
Ooh, that's cool.
But yeah, well, then he was David Carr, and he wasn't cool anymore. And he busted his knee. Is Derek Carr, who plays for the Raiders, is his little brother.
Okay. That dude's legit.
And then they brought in Matt Moore, who was our third string, and he got hurt within like 2 weeks. And so they called in Vinny Testaverde, the retired.
My God.
Yeah, they called him out of retirement. This guy who did he play for? The Jets? Way back in the day? I can't remember. I'm a terrible person. 49ers? No. Oh, it's going to bother me. I'm going to feel like an idiot. Anyway, I'm going to let you look that up while I talk. They called him in, and then he got hurt. And so literally we were on our 5th quarterback at one point. And I don't remember who. It was somebody who was like a punt returner who they were just like, all right, throw the ball.
Oh,
like,
my God.
Here you go. It was,
Give
God,
it
it
a
was
shot.
so bad.
Oh, Vinny played for like 8 teams.
Every team.
The Bucks, the
Who was he
Browns, the
with
Ravens,
mostly?
the Jets, the Cowboys, the Jets again, the Patriots, the Panthers.
That's probably why I was thinking Jets, because Jets
Also,
and then Jets again.
I got my brain straight. Marshawn was drafted in 2007. Okay.
Okay.
He went to the Seahawks in 2010. Thank you. My brain's working again.
There
Thank
you
you,
go.
Google / my brain.
So we don't get to talk about football much because like your podcast is about film,
Right.
and my podcast is about
not
sports at all, which is funny because Chris would love to be on this because Chris loves sports.
Oh.
And like so many people are just like, yeah, I'm not really a sports person. Like, yay,
Sure.
sports. Like my wife is one of those. Like she could care less,
Sure.
but she'll cheer for the Panthers because we know a couple of them, and so she'll cheer for them. But other than that, it's just like, well. So have you ever, I'm curious because I've told you this in the past, but have you ever run into any of your players from your team? Or like, I'm just curious because I feel like running into players from the team you cheer for is like always super exciting.
Right. Specifically the Seahawks, no. I do have a weird connection because one of my good friends that I played basketball with from 5th grade all the way up until we graduated high school, her sister is married to one of the Seahawks players, and he's a pretty prominent player. He's like part of the Legion of Boom. So that's like my weird connection with them. Even though I've never met him, I can't be like, oh, we're friends. But I do like have a weird kind of in there if that was ever the case. But I don't think so. I don't think I've ever met any of the Seahawks.
I was just curious because I've never actually I've only met Greg Olson.
Yeah, you said he was
Panthers.
a nice guy, right?
Oh, he's the nicest guy. His kids used to go to my mother-in-law's daycare.
Oh, that's cool.
And so he's always at fundraisers helping out. Really cool dude. But like I saw Steve Smith once and freaked the hell out.
Oh.
He was having coffee with Jonathan Stewart, and so that made me freak out. And it was after he had already left the Panthers, Smith, to go play for the Ravens.
I'm glad you said Jonathan because at first I was imagining him like with Jon Stewart, and I was like,
no,
what
it
a
was
weird...
Jon Stewart also from The Daily Show. He was there.
I was like, what a weird duo.
It was a weird conversation, I'm telling you. And then other than that, I mean, I've seen Cam on the street, like walking around, and but
That's
this isn't
pretty
even
cool.
football, but like living in Charlotte, the coolest thing, even though I've heard he's not the nicest dude. I mean, his Hall of Fame speech was literally just like, look how good I am, screw the haters.
Of course it was.
But every once in a while living in Charlotte, you're just driving in uptown and there's Michael Jordan just walking down the street.
Oh my God, I think I'd die.
It's kind of cool because it's just like, oh, you're
my hero.
You're apparently kind of a jerk, but also you're Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
So,
he's definitely one of those people that like don't meet your heroes. Like I would be terrified to meet him just because I feel like his reputation might diminish my thoughts of him because he's everything. Because I played basketball from when I was 4 to all the way through college, and like he was.
Are you tall? I'm just curious. We only know each other via podcasting, so
I'm always like
next
sitting in
to
a
you.
chair. No, I'm like 5'6".
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can't play. What'd you play?
I was point guard.
Makes sense.
For years. Yeah.
So many people are like, what are these words? What are sports balls?
I know. Sports ball. But yeah, I mean, God, he was everything. And then, of course, we had Space Jam, and we had Jordans, and I mean, then there was kind of the Kobe era and like the Tim Duncan era, and
now
then
it's all LeBron.
Yep, now it's all LeBron and
Steph.
Yep.
Another Charlotte guy that you see around here sometimes when he's in the off season.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I have a tough time with questions that are like, well, if LeBron played in the old days,
oh God,
he wouldn't be any good. And it's like, well, no, because the game is completely different now.
Right, it's so much more physical now than it was when Jordan was playing.
Yeah, and I'd say a lot more like ISO is run like on offenses, because basketball used to be a very team-oriented sport, and now it's kind of like, take it. You were really good.
Well, LeBron's just like a linebacker who just like knocks everybody over.
Oh my God, because he's
super huge.
He is,
and
huge.
He just like takes everybody out, and then when they're all laying in shambles on the floor around him, he shoots a beautiful three. Like,
right.
It's very different. But I feel like don't
imagine.
meet your heroes. Now I'm trying to think of like who I wouldn't want to meet, because I feel like a lot of the people who are like the people from my childhood growing up that I would want to meet, like I feel like they're pretty legit people from what I like. Okay.
Yeah.
This is going to be super going back to high school, Steven. Gerard Way, who's the lead singer for My Chemical Romance.
Okay.
Also, I'm a huge comic book nerd. He writes comic books.
Oh, that's cool.
He wrote this beautiful like acoustic song on his like solo acoustic album for his daughter. Like, he's just like this really sweet, cool dude. And like, I would love to meet him. So I don't think he applies. I don't think The Rock applies, because I grew up loving The Rock and wrestling. And apparently he's just the nicest man.
Yeah.
Which I don't get. And he has a tiny, tiny puppy, and it's my favorite thing in the world. Because it is large man, tiny puppy, which let's just all agree, the best instance of large man, tiny puppy is the Danish or Swedish actor, I can't pronounce his name, who plays the Mountain on Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
And he has a teeny, tiny dog. And it's amazing, because this man is like almost 7 feet tall and weighs almost 500 pounds.
The dude's huge.
And he's like an Olympian, and he has this like teeny tiny dog. Like, just like Google like the Mountain dog, and like you will see. Yeah. It's adorable. So like, anyway, I got off track. No, I don't know if I have any like, okay, I do. Growing up, I was really big, clearly by my tattoos, and I still am, really big Star Wars fan. And Indiana Jones and all of those franchises, I'm a little scared that if I ever met Harrison Ford, he'd be the worst, because I've heard he's kind of an asshole. Right.
I can never tell with him, because he's just very blunt, and I can't tell if that's like he's just being Harrison, like kind of funny blunt, or like he's just kind of a dick. So,
no, I think he's just kind of I think he legitimately meant it when he's like, yeah, I don't want to do Star Wars anymore. It's stupid. Like,
yeah, I thought it was really interesting, because I started reading Carrie Fisher's book, The Princess Diarist, about her and Harrison's affair. And first of all, had no idea that they had an affair.
Oh, yeah, me neither.
But it was so interesting to just hear the way he acted, and it was basically the same way he acts now. Like, right. Okay, well, we had sex, yeah, like.
That sucks. Like, I hate hearing when like people who are like, especially like actors who I have this image in my head of like, okay, if I ever found out that Tom Hanks was secretly a bad person, I would die inside.
That would be a really hard one. I also feel like I'd be crushed if like Amy Poehler and Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, but I've heard they're
any
great.
Of those people. Yeah, I've heard good things, but like I would be really, really sad. Really sad.
Will Ferrell, my friend from college, is Will Ferrell's cousin, and she's met him, and she's just like first cousin. Like, so she has met him at like family reunions and stuff. She said he's just the nicest man.
Oh, that's cool.
But like, I would be really sad if a lot of people like Daniel Craig is apparently a complete tool bag.
Really?
And like, yeah, did you not hear all the stuff like about him not wanting to play Bond again after the last Bond movie?
Okay, I've heard like things, but I thought it was also announced that he was gonna be in another one.
It is now, but like a year and a half ago when Spectre came out, like he literally said stuff which like trigger warning for suicide. like
Oh,
people
wow.
listening. But he literally said like he would rather, I think his exact words were, I would rather take a knife and cut my own throat than play James
Oh.
Bond again.
Okay.
I was like, okay, well, you're quite a guy. And like, trigger warning if you're my grandma and you're listening, he was literally just like, I will never fucking play Bond again. Like,
That's so weird.
I was
Like,
just
what
like,
did
oh.
he hate so much about doing it?
Is it all the millions of dollars? Because I can
Yeah.
understand how you must hate that.
Is it pretending to have sex with beautiful women? That must be really hard.
Getting to run around with a toy gun and just like do cool stunts. I mean, that sounds pretty
pew.
hard. Okay,
Come on.
confession time. When I was little, I was obsessed with James Bond movies. Like, I can literally to this
Fair
day
enough.
tell you all of them in order and who was Bond in them, what year they came out, who the villain was, who played the villain. Like, I have all that memorized.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, especially like the original 21 before Daniel Craig took over.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so when I was little, I used to like play that I was James Bond a lot, and I had like these little toy guns. But here's the weird thing about Steven playing as a kid that I've never heard another person do, and it's kind of embarrassing, and I've never admitted this to anyone. I used to legitimately like, I would like be doing the music with my mouth, and I would like act out a trailer for the story I was going to tell.
Mm-hmm,
and then I would go play that same thing, and I had to make sure the exact moments that I had played in the trailer were in the actual me playing. I was an only child, so
Perfect. You and Julia would probably have gotten along great as children. My
Probably.
co-host Julia.
I was like the only person like whose mom bought him a blue Power Ranger outfit, who like, not Halloween time, like bought it at Halloween, but we didn't, like, I never went trick-or-treating as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've never been. And so
Oh.
like, yeah, I know, right?
Religious thing, or just you never did?
It was at the time, and now my mom's like, yeah, that was dumb. Sorry I ruined your childhood. And I'm just like, you didn't, but thanks. Like, but she bought me a blue Power Rangers outfit, and I would just like wear it in the yard, just like in the summer, just
Casual.
just super cash.
Super cash.
I was a weird kid. Like,
Me
I'm a weird
too.
person, but like I was a really odd child. Like, I feel like that's got to be a topic on our show sometime, of like me as an odd child, because we've done teenage Steven when he was just a douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
But like me as a kid, I did weird stuff. Like, if they ever do a documentary about my life, which there'd be no reason to, but it would be the most mundane but also like quirky thing. My whole childhood is like a Wes Anderson movie.
Oh, God.
Like, it just makes no sense. Like,
Not interested.
thank
I'm
you.
just
Thank
kidding.
you. You're not interested in my childhood. That's great.
No, I'm just kidding.
And no.
Would it
whatever.
have all the
No.
cool, quirky little camera shots?
No, it's just all Owen Wilson.
Oh, my. Wow.
No. Wow.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Also, on your podcast, by the way, when you did your Judy Garland impression,
Mm-hmm.
all I could think about was Kristen Wiig from the 1920s Party again, which is one of my favorite. It is a one-off sketch from SNL in like
Yes.
2009. I don't even know if you know it, but if you do,
I know
you should check
exactly
it
what
out.
you're talking about.
Because it's it was John Hamm was on it, and it is
Yeah.
one of, it's not even, it's just stupid.
Yeah, it
But
is.
like, to this day, one of my best friends like will just randomly out of the blue text me just like, oh, don't make me sing.
Don't make me sing. Oh, yeah, we used to say that all the time in college. All the time.
I hope you're enjoying the Clams Casino. Like, we would just have so
Don't
much.
make me
Now listen,
sing.
I'm going to play Daisy, and I'm going to tell you exactly when to come in. And it's
And
my
a one,
favorite part
and
of it
a
is
one.
Will I almost said Will Arnett. It's not Will Arnett. Will Forte. Will Forte finally like having enough and yelling, "No one made you sing."
Oh my God.
I
That's
miss
such a
Will
good
Forte.
sketch. I also loved her sketches on Password when she would always say the password. It was like basically the same character, but
I miss
miss
like the
her.
SNL cast. Like I like the SNL cast right now, but like I miss that cast. Like Bill Hader
you know,
and
that's
Kristen Wiig.
it's interesting you say
Sudeikis.
that because I was talking to somebody the other day about this, and everyone seems to gravitate towards the cast that like when you were like coming of age, like when you were 12
Right.
maybe to like 17, like that's your cast, because I'm the same way. Like Polar, Faye, Maya Rudolph, Rachel Dratch, Kristen Wiig, like
Right.
that is like my SNL that I know. And I loved old SNL. Like I used to watch Farley and Sandler and Chevy Chase. Like I used to watch all
Steve
the
Martin
like the originals.
and Gilda Radner. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, that's always like the stuff that I will consider, you know, what SNL was when I was growing up.
Right.
So I think that's interesting.
I just love that cast. I do. And like, I love the original cast too, because like my mom and I can bond over skits like Land Shark.
Right.
And slightly racist skits like Cheeseburger and things like that.
Slightly.
But like, I don't know, that cast from when I was in high school and college, just like some of the, it was when they started bringing in stupider comedy than they ever had, I feel like. Yeah. And a lot of that had to do with Andy Samberg and the digital shorts.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
They did a digital short, and the only two people in it were Megan Fox and Will Forte. And it was a blind date. And he was this awkward character, and I can't find it anywhere on the internet. But he was this awkward character, and she's like, "So what do you do for a living?" He's like, "I raise lambs. I love them. I love my lambs." And she's like, "Well, why do you raise lambs?" He's like, "Well, I raise them, and I love them, and then I, for lack of a better term, I slaughter them, and I sell their meats." And like, she just goes, "That must be really hard." And he goes, "It's really hard."
Oh my God.
Chris and I used to do that voice to each other in college all the time. And like, I wish I could find it somewhere and post it.
We used to do, oh God, what didn't we do? We used to do Garth and Kat all the time with the one where, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, there were so many good ones. Like I really love the Californians. Like
I was about to say the Californians
kills me, because I was reading too the other day that so Fred Armisen, when they were rehearsing that, like they were just dry running, and he would come in and go, "What are you doing here?" You know, but live when they did it, he stretched it out like so long, and none of them were expecting. So he goes, "What are you doing here?" And all of them just like couldn't hold it together. And oh my God, it's just such a little funny piece of history, because it makes me laugh so much harder.
That's my favorite part of like SNL and stuff, is watching like them break.
Yes. So
knowing that they're having fun with their friends, and like, yeah, they work exhausting. Like people are like, that sounds easy. No, SNL people work exhausting schedules.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
It just like, watch 30 Rock. You'll know. But God, 30 Rock's so good. Okay. I could go off on a million tangents with you, but we should, it's like we're at an hour. We should probably wrap it up. Yeah, we've been talking for an hour. We talked about ghosts.
The randomest things.
Yeah, we talked about ghosts. We talked about Boy Meets World. We've talked about SNL. We talked about Halloween television shows.
We didn't even really talk about football, and we were like, we never get to talk about this. And then we did it.
This is what happens when you get the two of us together. And,
we talked about Vinny
Testaverde.
Testaverde longer than either of our actual teams. Never forget.
No, never. It was a great conversation. And I know at some point soon we're going to record one of these with the other third podcaster, which is Tawny Plattis. And it's going to be real weird, y'all. It's going to be real weird. Because it'll probably be just like this one. So everybody's like, wait, this is what I pay for every month? No, thank you. Where's Chris? We like him. Other host.
This is quality podcasting, you guys.
This is what podcasters do when you put the microphone in front of them and don't give them a topic of discussion. You're just like, just talk and see what happens.
That's exactly right.
I mean, but really, is this any less enjoyable than my 35-minute episode where I literally, Chris goes, "So tell me a little bit about Hamilton." And 35 minutes later, he's just sitting in silence going, I just asked what it was about.
Yeah.
And I've been on this thing about how Hamilton is the most important piece of art in modern history and all this stuff.
Oh,
but
that's deep.
Do you want to on the way out here? Do you want to give anybody like just a couple riffs of Hamilton, just what you know?
Yeah. Alexander Hamilton. That's all that I know.
That's it?
That's literally the only thing I know that's in that.
It's okay. Chris could literally not get the rhythm down to the line, I'm not throwing away my shot. Like he literally, I am not throwing away my shot. And I'm like, no, it's so simple. It's just, I am not throwing away my shot. And he just, he'd be like, not throwing away my shot. Like,
I mean, Lin-Manuel is so talented. If you want to talk about Moana, I could go on and on.
I have not seen lyrics. Moana.
Really? It's on Netflix.
No.
You should watch it.
Well, see, Dad died December. Heard it kind of deals with like death of a close family member, and it's really sad. So like, not sure I can handle it.
I mean, yes and no. Like that's a very small plot point in the film.
Okay, I'm just very emotional about a lot of things still. Like if I watched Up right now, it would destroy me.
Oh God, nobody.
I still haven't watched
Up
Inside
alone.
Out because I'm not ready to feel things.
Oh,
like,
Inside Out was so good, especially because I was like, oh, that was me. I had all of this emotion. This is so sad.
That's me now.
Yeah, they're like, she's got, Goofy, Goofball Island. And I'm like, I have a Goofball Island. And they're like, she has Hockey Island. And I'm like, I don't like hockey, but I have, sports. Like, it's just, it's so good. It's so cute.
I need you all to know that seeing her face is part of the best, like, part of this. Like, hearing it is fun, but just seeing her actual face behind the pop guard on the microphone.
Beautiful.
Just, like, literally giving a very Judy Garland, Audrey Hepburn like performance of like, why? What? That was like a weird kind of almost Jimmy Stewart. No, I will not.
Yeah,
yield.
It was.
No, like,
Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah, like
is that your Jimmy Stewart?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta get more like phlegmy and breathy. It's very much. Well, I don't know. Like.
We should just do one of these with just straight up impressions. Like we should
the whole time.
Get a list of things. And
I used to be able to do a killer Mufasa. Cannot do it anymore.
Oh.
It's a lot better than your Rafiki though. Let me tell you.
If you could do Mufasa, then you could also do Darth Vader though.
I can't. I used to be able to do like the everything the light touches is our kingdom. Like I used to be able to do it, but like I can't do it anymore. Like it just doesn't sound right.
That's
like
too bad.
I used to be able to do a Morgan Freeman. I can't do that. Like I don't feel like I have many impressions. Jimmy Stewart's not terrible. Kermit
that was
isn't
pretty good.
Terrible when I used to do the Kermit voice, but like I feel like just doing a whole episode in impression voices, that'll be good. Just all me in a bad Mufasa. By the way, Rafiki has an African accent, not a weird British accent like you gave him. Like it's very much more like a. See, now I'm scared. Now the pressure's on. I'm like, can I do it better?
Yeah, who wore it better?
I'm trying to think of like a line, like a Rafiki line where he actually speaks like a solid line, other than just like. I think
that's so funny because in the
end
of that. In the end of that episode, like I literally only said one word, and Julia just started crying. I was like, "Huh?" and she was like, "Oh, this is the worst!" And I didn't even get a try. I was like warming up my voice.
I feel like I have an unfair advantage because like I spent a couple weeks in Africa, and so like all I heard was like African accents.
Yeah.
And so like I would just walk around and I'd be like, hey, how's it going today? And they're like, very good. How are you today? And I'm just like, oh, I'm hanging out. I'm good. Like happy, just happy to be here. My favorite thing that I heard in an African accent, and I'll have to tell you that story sometime. I should really do Africa as a topic on the show sometime.
And you should play the Toto song.
Oh yeah, it's just that. We'll talk about just that song for 30 minutes. But no, my favorite thing I've heard in a Kenyan accent, and I will leave you all with this cliffhanger for the time that I tell my Africa stories, was a man in a tree telling me, I tell you the truth, we are meters from death. And it was the scariest / most hilarious thing I've ever been told, that I was meters from death. And that was when the elephant started charging.
And that is the end of this bonus episode. Right?
Yes. I think it is. Yeah. So thanks, everybody. Unless she's already probably stopped recording, but I'm just going to keep talking.
I haven't.
Like, Oh, she's still there. She's still there.
know
She's
the
just
drill.
so tired of me that she's like, I got to get out of here.
I know the drill.
No, but thank you all so much for your support. Thanks for sitting through what was going to be like a 20 or 30 minute conversation that turned into an hour discussion on both the scariest things ever and, well, I think your Rafiki accent falls into the scariest things ever too.
Yeah,
So
possibly.
we'll leave that there. But
quite the
thank
plethora.
you all for your support. And we're going to do it again soon. So have a good week.
Goodbye.